Hello and welcome to Sunshine Fitness. If you're looking for safe, effective ways to reclaim your health and energy, you are in the right place. Welcome to today's episode of our 10 for 10 series, where we are focusing entirely on managing and lowering hypertension through gentle, low impact movement. So before we jump into our first movement, please take a quick second to like this video, leave a comment below and hit that subscribe button. So we have 10 fantastic beginner-friendly exercises designed to support your cardiovascular system, boost blood flow, and build total body resilience. All you're going to need for today's session is a light pair of hand weights and a sturdy chair. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest in between. Excellent stuff. Okay, let's get started. So our first minute in, we are going to be doing some marching legs and marching arms, sitting tall away from the back of your chair. Steady beat there, tapping the toes or just lifting and lowering the heels. Excellent. So a variety of arm movements with these legs, taking the arms overhead now, connecting the fingers about head height there. And what we're causing here are rhythmic large muscle movements that safely initiates a gentle increase in heart rate and systemic blood flow. Lovely. So into some large skipping arms, taking the arms forwards and backwards, slightly slowing down the legs to lift a little higher with the knees. So warming up through the hip flexors and the shoulder joints, whilst also building some core stability. Excellent work. Okay, you take a much needed rest as I demonstrate this next exercise. So, a combination of leg extension as well as some knee lifts. And just working through the different hand and arm movements that we're going to be doing here as well. Okay, so let's break it down. So, alternating leg extension here by taking the arms overhead, reaching up a little higher than we did in the last exercise. Again, really looking to get the heart rate up here. Excellent stuff. So a fist and fling with the hands as we continue with that leg extension, which just brings movement into the wrist and into the fingers, breathing through as we move into that third exercise. So a knee lift, tapping the hands or clapping the hands underneath each side. So improving hip mobility, coordination, hand dexterity, and lower body strength. Excellent. Okay, so moving into our sit to stand. So we're activating the large muscles of the lower body, which act as a natural pump, and this is assisting the venous return to the heart. So we're enhancing our functional lower body strength here. Brilliant. So we've got our feet hip width apart. Our weight is anchored into the heels, pressing through the feet to stand up tall, squeezing the glutes at the top. That's it. Control your descent back down into the chair, keeping your gaze forward, slightly lifted to maintain balance, alignment, and to make sure that we don't overreach forwards. We want to maintain that integrity of height and not tip forwards. Excellent stuff. Okay, on to our fourth exercise. So we have a little tempo going on here, and it's a 1, 2, 3 knee lift, and then you punch overhead with the opposite hand. Okay, so marching in place with a distinct rhythm, march right, left, then hold the right knee up on the third count while executing a strong overhead punch, and then repeat starting on the other side. That's it. So you're maintaining a predictable, steady tempo, and that rhythmic cadence and controlled pacing helps regulate heart rate responses to physical stress. This is a brilliant exercise because it also sharpens cognitive balance, core stabilization, and unilateral coordination. That's it. Sitting tall through the torso, breathing through, coming to the end there. Good work. Okay. So coming to a standing position. We're going to move behind our chair. We're moving into an exercise now that gives us some multi-directional movement. And basically legs are apart and we're going to tap each foot in turn as we take the same arm for 20 seconds out to the side and overhead. That's it. So this multi-directional movement is encouraging the vascular elasticity without placing excessive pressure on the heart. You're also increasing your lateral hip mobility, your chest expansion and shoulder range of motion. So we're switching to the other side. That's it. Just relaxing the neck, maintaining that wide stance and foot tap each side. Lovely. Good work. So hopefully by now feeling a little bit like lightly puffed. Okay, but we're going to carry on here in our cardio section. So you can either do half jacks either side with the chair or as I'm demonstrating without the chair. So aerobic conditioning but without the sudden pressure spikes that can come with high impact jumping. So still working on those hips there. We're strengthening the abductors on the outside of the hips and this enhances our side to side agility and keeps the heart rate in a safe fat burning zone. Fantastic. That's it, tapping out to the side, arms overhead, breathing through. Good work, 5 seconds to go. Excellent. So just 4 exercises remaining. Okay, so a split stance here, right leg forward, left leg back. And we're going to place our hands on the back of the chair and then slowly reach the chest forwards. And then using the hands to slowly lower the chest down, you push up through the arms. So we're in a lovely, long, lean line. That's it. So we're utilizing a higher incline here rather than the floor. And this prevents a rapid change in head position, avoiding a sudden blood pressure shift. We're strengthening through the chest, the anterior deltoids, your triceps, and even into the core. Excellent work. So really working in here to the front and backs of the arms. Lovely, up on the toes on the back foot. So just getting that little movement through the toe flexors. Perfect. Okay, next exercise. So we're picking up the weights again. And this time we have a rhythm of a single, single, double with the arm movements. So with or without hand weights. That's it. We've got a controlled upper body movement here, and this is tracking, which prevents rapid sudden spikes in thoracic pressure. So that's it, you're just tracking that upper body movement, single, single, double, excellent. So you're building that muscular endurance in the shoulders, the upper back, as well as stabilizing the shoulder girdle. Excellent stuff. I always think this is great to do ahead of going on holiday when you've got to put those suitcases in those overhead bins. You will be a superstar at it. Okay, good work. So hanging on to those weights, we're going to step to the side of our chair, moving into rows. So you've got 1 foot forward in a stable staggered stance, hinging slightly forward from the hips with a flat back. Hold the dumbbells down, then draw your elbows straight up toward either side of your ribs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then lower back down. Excellent. So you're moving here through a sustained, controlled movement that is going to help lower your resting blood pressure over time by improving your arterial health. And you're targeting multiple muscles on the backs here. So your latissimus dorsi, which are often referred to as the angel wings, the sort of shape that they form on your back. The rhomboids, which help shoulder retraction to stop you rounding through the shoulders, as well as the posterior deltoids. So a little powerhouse of a move there. Excellent. Okay, and with all of that, we're now on to exercise number 10. Brilliant. So with all the stretching, you can always carry on if you need to stretch further, but for the sake of this exercise, this is our final movement of our 10 to 10. So that's it. So the calf muscles here are serving as a secondary heart. You're contracting them, directly aids blood flow back up to the upper body. So we're strengthening through the calf, the soleus muscle, improving ankle stability. And this really promotes full body elongation, so it's like a lovely way to lengthen out. Now, I'm popping in a few squats here, just so that, yeah, we've worked through those quads before moving side to side. Excellent. And with that, just shaking off today's workout. You did an excellent job. Well done. Really great. 10 exercises in 10 minutes. Well done, guys. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time. God bless.